Good afternoon and welcome to Elland Road. Here we go then, FA Cup third round action. It's a Yorkshire derby. Harrogate Town, the visitors, first competitive match between the two teams in the club's history. Today, because of pesky broadcasting restrictions, means that it's audio coverage today for monthly subscribers. We will bring you all the audio commentary exclusively here on LUTV Matchday Live. Joining me in the studio today, Stuart Ellis and Jermaine Beckford. It's going to be a good one today. We've got local rivals. I don't know if it's the A61 derby. We haven't quite done this before, played them in friendlies, but Stu, it's great to be involved. The FA Cup, the players will be excited, the crowd's going to be full here today, and a chance to maybe start a cup run. Yeah, a huge opportunity to start a cup run, a local derby, if that's what you want to call it, a full house. I'm sure there's some households will be split today with who they support. But yeah, I'm sure the players are looking forward to it. An evening kick-off under the lights at Elland Road, and that's what you all want to play on, isn't it? Yeah, and Bex, in terms of derbies, I mean, it's not the first one you think of when you think of Yorkshire derby, is it? It's the one against Harrogate. But, you know, credit to them insofar as their trajectory over the past decade or so that they're here, and they're going to give this a good go tonight. We are talking in recent years to Mr. FA Cup here for Leeds United, but it is great, isn't it? Third round and you know, good chance to get off to a good run in this cup. Yeah, it is. Look, and they'll be coming into it looking at Elland Road thinking, wow, some of these players would never have played in a stadium like this at all. So it's going to be a moment for them to cherish forever and a day. And it's a great opportunity for them to really stamp their authority on Harrogate Town as well. You know, the possibility to create history for themselves and for the club. I'm hoping it's not the day for them, because we know what the FA Cup's all about. It's about upsets. It's about the lower league teams having a great opportunity to play against some of the bigger, well-known clubs, and you know, a great chance for them to swap shirts, etc. as well. And you know, they'll be able to hang on pride of place in the living room, or you know, if they're a little bit different, maybe in the bedroom or in the bathroom or somewhere. But you know, I'd love to go around your house and see where all the shirts are, mate. They're not mine. But a good game here today. I am contractually obliged to mention January the 3rd because you are here with us today, Bex. But you know, it is interesting because, of course, today Leeds of the team many places above Harrogate Town. You know, those years back when you were playing in that game at Old Trafford, it was the other way round and quite the cup upset. So should we kick off with just a little memory of Jermaine Beckford doing the thing that sometimes when you stand at that window, there's fans in the South Stand sing the song about, which we can't repeat on air, obviously. Talk us through this terrible touch here, that first touch there, Bex. The thing is, right, nobody remembers the first touch, they just remember the finish. Well, there's the linesman couldn't keep up, so... Look, it was again, we're talking about upsets, and that was a great game for many reasons. Obviously, the rivalry was there. And that was it. Simon, the gaffer there with hair. It's been a long time, you know, but it was a great opportunity for us to go back there, and we were underestimated not by our fans. We knew what our team were capable of, but by everybody else that was there, and possibly quite a lot of the other fans around the world as well that were watching that game. And that was just a moment that just, I don't want to say put us back. That is the FA Cup in a nutshell there, isn't it? Yeah. And Leeds need to be wary that, you know, they don't give Harrogate a sniff today to cause an upset like that, because you don't want Harrogate singing about that for the next... You don't. How do you approach this as the team, Stu, that are the favourites very much so for a game like this? You've got to be careful, don't you? You've got to approach it with the right mindset and not look at it as it's a lower league opposition, so it's going to be an easy game. These, I'm guessing, talk through your experience, are tough games. They're tough games, but you've got to be professional, and I think the manager has showed that in his team selection. You know, we thought, I know there's 8 changes, but the changes he brought in, he's named a very strong side today, and you know, I'm a bit surprised. I thought there would have been a few younger lads maybe in it, but it just shows how serious he's taken this, and he's not prepared to have an upset today. Yeah, we talk about the team. Let's just run you through that if you haven't seen the team. There are 8 changes from that previous league game away from home. So Carl Darlow starts in goal today. Isaac Schmidt gets his first full debut start. Ethan Ampadu and Pascal Strike at the back with Sam Byram as well. Yossi Gilavogi as well gets a first start for Leeds, which I think a lot of people are excited to see. Joe Rothwell on his birthday, he's playing in midfield. And then the front four, we thought there'd be some changes here. Laji Ramazzani, Manor Solomon, Willie Nonto, and As you can see there, Mateo Joseph, who's had good experiences in this FA Cup as well. All those players coming in today, Bex, are going to want to make an impact, whether it's ones that are maybe starting more regularly or whether it's players that are getting an opportunity today. They're going to want to stamp their mark on the game.
Yeah, they are. And look, there's a lot of pressure on them today as well, especially because they don't want to be part of the team that is, if somehow Harrogate managed to get a victory today, they don't want to be part of that team. They're going to want to work their socks off, absolutely do everything that the manager says to perfection, treat Harrogate with the utmost respect, and just be ruthless. Go for the jugular. The front four today really excite me. They could start here today against Harrogate Town, or they could start against Sunderland or somebody else in the league. They're that good, and there's a lot of dynamism about them. The pace is frightening, and that's going to be an area of the pitch where it's the game's going to be won or lost. And we've said this many times before. The game's going to be won or lost in our wide areas, both offensively and in transition. And those players, I feel, are going to be they're going to have a great game today.
You mentioned about the young lads. When you look at the bench, we see actually Ilya Gruev is back today. Junior Firpo, both pretty much almost maybe a little bit ahead of schedule. Might be one of the reasons to see that strength on the bench. But it's a really strong bench today, and like you say, it's the kind of full squad that any high-level Sky Bet Championship match, with that you'd go in with full confidence.
Yeah, for sure, and it's great to see firstly Ilya and Junior back after such a long layoff. But how many times have we talked in recent years about when we come to January needing to strengthen, not having the depth in the squad? And you look at the bench today and you're going, well, if you brought somebody in, who do you take out now? The bench is that strong, so it's great to see them all back, a fully fit squad. I think bar Patrick, obviously. Could do with a striker. There's no striker on the bench, so maybe that's an area they need to look at in January. I'm not sure, but it shows the strength and depth the manager has. And we're talking about the front four. We probably looked at the 10 position in Aronson, and we're thinking he's played a lot of football and he needs a rest, but we didn't quite know who would play in that position. We think it could be Manor Solomon today, so it'll be interesting to see how I expect him and Nanto will change a lot, but it'll be interesting to see how he performs in that role, because that's a position as well. I think if anything did happen to Aronson, who you put in there. So as I say, it'll be interesting to see how he gets on today. It
will indeed. Elland Road is filling up, and we're getting closer to kick off here in this FA Cup third round match between Leeds United and Harrogate Town. Let's speak to hear from one of the players making his full debut from the start for Leeds. He's always smiling whenever you see him around Elland Road and whenever he comes onto the pitch, but today he will be starting in that lineup. Here's the thoughts of Josh Gilavogi.
Well, Josh, first start, looking forward to it?
Of course. I can't wait, and especially in the FA Cup, we all know what it means to win a cup. So today is it will be a very good game. I think Harrogate wants to deliver a good game, but we want to go through, so we will give everything.
There's no pressure on the away side in this one, is there? All the pressure is on the home side.
Yeah, of course, when you play against a team that belongs to another category, of course you want to win the game and you want to score as much as possible, but we have to come with the respect, and even for us it will be good to tank some confidence for the next weeks are coming.
Whatever people say about the FA Cup competition, this stadium's going to be full for this game this evening. The Leeds fans are backing you, aren't they?
It's normal. We play for Leeds United, no? So I'm really happy, and yeah, before I came in Leeds, I knew that it was a big club, and you can see we play against in 4th division, but the stadium is full, so we have to make a good performance at home.
Yes, Josh Gilavogi there will be starting the match today. And whenever you see him in interviews, whenever you see him chatting, whenever you see him come onto the pitch as well, he just looks like the kind of guy you'd want in your squad, the kind of teammate that you would want. He's often, in terms of minutes, not as much yet, but in terms of the overall squad, seems to be offering a lot for the other players as well, Stu.
Seems to be, yeah. He seems to be a really big character within the dressing room. I think the fans have taken to him, although he hasn't played obviously a lot of minutes. The fans seem to have taken to him. I think they recognise what he brings off the pitch, outside of the pitch, the togetherness. The club lost a lot of big characters in the likes of Liam Cooper, Luke Ayling,
Stuart Dallas.
Well, yeah. But do you know what I mean? A lot of experience, and to build a successful squad, it's not just about what you have on the pitch. You've got to have big characters off it to have a real togetherness, and he seems to bring that. He's always smiling. I know you mentioned about having this conversation with him before, and obviously you tell us how you found him yourself.
So I met him, and I've only met him once, right? And in that conversation, it was like a 20-minute conversation, but it was like speaking to somebody that I'd known for years. His energy is so warm, he's so outgoing, he's so open as well. And it's that big grin, that big beaming grin that just makes you feel at ease. And you could have conversations literally about any and everything. And that's what he's there for. You know, some of the younger players, maybe if they're having a little bit of self-conscious moments or doubting themselves, he's there to help them and pick them up a little bit.
And he reminds me a bit of Sol Bamba,
about
what Sol used to be like when he was here. Big character, a smile that would light up a room, and just lifted the place when things weren't going so well, but also was there to use his experience, and you know, if something was going wrong, he was there to tell you. And this man here comes across the same as Sol, so that can only be a good thing 100%. For the squad.
Well, the fans certainly be looking forward to see his performance today here at Elland Road. Other changes, of course, in the goalkeeping department. Carl Darlow starts for today's game. Obviously, a lot of talk after the last game and a couple of difficult moments for Elland as well. But there he is getting ready for today. He'll want to seize his opportunity, won't he?
Yeah, he will. Look, the goalkeeping department is an interesting one because, look, it almost seems like goalkeepers are untouchable. They could have a great game, they play the next game. They could have a poor game, they play the next game. Whereas, like, obviously, we're talking about the FA Cup now. So I think he was always going to have an opportunity to play. But it will be interesting to see what happens going into the following game. Stuart and I were having a chat, and it's interesting because I don't know if he's going to be busy today. And if he's not busy today, what does that say to Daniel Farke about possibly giving him an opportunity in the next league game?
We're talking about Carl Darlow. We're talking about a goalkeeper that has played over 40, 50 times in the Premier League. Yeah. It's not like it's a young kid that's coming in with no experience. Carl Darlow is a good goalkeeper, so if he is to bring him in, I have no doubts about that area of the pitch. Elland, for me, obviously the mistakes haven't been great, and he possibly needs to be taken out of the team, because in any other position on the pitch, he would be taken out, and you would use it as motivation then to come back stronger. Yeah. But in terms of panicking, the manager touched on the other day, you can't lead this club in panic mode because you just can't. It's too good. It's too big. It's too passionate. You have to be calm about it. The manager's calm about it because he knows if Darlow's given a chance, he's more than good enough.
Anyway.
He's a Premier League goalkeeper. He's more than safe enough to to play in this team.
Well, you mentioned the manager there, Daniel Farke. Let's get his thoughts ahead of today's match, talking about our lower league opponents in the FA Cup.
We know also it's a big game also for all the people around. There will be also many Harrogate supporters around. I'm pretty sure they also support us anyhow, because it's quite often connected. And overall, I have to say that Simon's doing a perfect job over there. So what he's done over the last years, I think he's the longest serving manager on even the whole EFL, I think, at the moment. So well done for this. And there are a few connections with our academy product. Exactly, their club captain is right now also out with injury. Of course, for them it's more or less a game of the season, and they will try to play their heart out. But yeah, we want to make sure that just their extra motivation is not enough in order to beat us at Elland Road. And for that, yes, we want to be switched on, but it will be, I expect, a pretty friendly atmosphere anyhow, and we're looking forward to see also some familiar faces around. But yes, when the game is then really like the referee blows into his whistle, then we also want to be competitive and want to win this game, and I'm sure they will also try everything. We're all looking forward to have this game.
Yeah, Daniel Farke there giving his thoughts ahead of today's match, and a kind of friendly atmosphere. Look, it is a club that there's nice ties between the clubs in terms of the pre-season friendlies and everything that goes with it. And you get a feeling it's one of those. I've done this, international breaks. A lot of Leeds fans go up to Harrogate and go and see that and go and support them as well. So there is that nice kind of niceties between the teams. But having said that, it's all about doing the business on the pitch. And Harrogate, Stu, they are struggling this season. There's no doubt about it. Having had a couple of pretty impressive seasons in League Two, they're not at the right end of the table, albeit with a win last weekend, but still in a little bit of danger down there.
They are, yeah, and I was looking at it, but they're in danger down there. There's only, I think, 3 points takes them up to like 14th or 15th, but they are struggling. This will be a welcome distraction for them, I think, coming away here and having a big day, shall we call it. So they'll be glad to get away from the league form. Their league is their bread and butter. They need to stay in the division. There's no getting away from that. But it's important they don't come here and get a result today. I don't think they will. They're struggling, and so I think it's important Leeds don't disappoint today. Leeds get right on top of them and make it unplayable for them.
Yeah, I mean, it's great. Listen, Harrogate down there holds around 3,000. They've got 4,000 fans here today populating the South Stand and part of the West Stand as well. So they're absolutely, but they're behind us right now and they're making plenty of noise before this game is starting. How are they going to approach this one, do you think, Bex? I mean, it's worth saying as well, there's no extra time in the FA Cup third round now, so this is going to be settled today. How are they going to approach this in terms of the challenge of taking on a team that is sitting top of 2 divisions above them?
So I don't think they're going to try and go at us, if I'm being brutally honest. I think they'll be more than happy to kind of try and absorb as much pressure as possible. We're going to dominate the Lions' share of possession and maybe wait for the last 10, 15, 20 minutes of the game. If they get a set piece, obviously they're going to throw a lot of the big boys up and try and be as physical as possible. But look, if we get the ball down and we move the ball as quickly as we know we can do, no team in the league can keep in the championship can keep up with us, let alone these guys, with all due respect. So I'm not expecting too much of a big challenge, but I think with the physicality that they possess, that could be an area.
I think they'll just sit in a back five, but I think for them it's important that
they stay in the game as long as possible.
They have an out ball. We've seen teams come here in recent weeks, Derby, Plymouth, and they haven't been able to get up the pitch. I think back to Derby, Junior Firpo was on the pitch for 10 minutes, need more touches than their striker.
Yeah.
And that tells you all you need to know. And Harrogate can't. They need an out ball. If they're going to sit in, they need to be able to, to get out. I think.
But they need someone to hold it up as well when they do.
Yeah, of course, and they need willing runners. Then, especially if they're playing 5 at the back, you're dependent on your fullbacks getting you up the pitch. Yeah. But I think they'll use every opportunity they can to slow the game down, to disrupt it, to try and get the fans, frustrated. Set pieces. They'll use everything they can to get the ball in the box. And you just never know. This is what makes the FA Cup so special. This is why we love watching football, and I just hope that there's no upsets.
You're actually stressing me out now.
No, I was feeling quite listen, it'll be a comfortable win for Leeds, I think. I'm just trying to give the Harrogate faithful some.
Well, I was feeling all calm and collected and really looking forward to it, and then Stu's now.
We can't all be biased in this channel,
Right, enough of the pleasantries. It is a new year, and Art Club is back. Here's where we take one Leeds United player to draw a teammate in a randomly selected scenario. So let's see if you can work out who and what Jayden Bogle is drawing in Art Club.
The hell? Back on the moon. I'm going to eat this Pilates machine. I'm sure Byram's on one of them Pilates machines. Is that him? Yeah.
Making a pizza.
Making a pizza. Do I have one attempt at it?
Well, pretty much, yeah.
Oh my god. Wow, this is crazy. Horses got tails, innit? Yeah, I was gonna say. And holding onto the ropes. Dot there, dot there, dot there. I think that's alright,
We're going from the sublime to the ridiculous. Okay, any ideas who and what Jayden Bogle is drawing there?
I'll let you go first, Max. I don't know what that was totally throwing me off at the end.
Do you know what? It looked like it was somebody on a horse or something like that, some type of animal.
Okay, should we take a look? Let's take a look.
Bad horse.
This is Largy riding a horse.
Well, Okay.
It is largely Ramazani riding a horse.
I don't even know what to say to that. I don't know.
Art Club is back for the new year, you'll be pleased to know. So there you go. I mean, it really is. It's high quality content, and that's what we're all about here on Matchday Live. Okay, we are closing in on kickoff. Just want to say quickly in terms of Harrogate Town, worth mentioning, and we'll get the compliments out the way before the game starts. Their rise has been really incredible. Simon Weaver, who's now the longest serving manager in the division, what they have done there to take them from where they were in the National League to into League Two and a staple in that division has been really, really impressive up the road at the A61.
Very impressive, and as I said before, their main objective this year is to stay in the division. But you can't get away from what he's achieved at the football club. Is he the longest serving manager in the Football League? That's incredible. I don't know what their expectations are, if I'm being honest. I don't know if they just want to consolidate, stay in League Two, whether they want to try and push on. I don't know, but definitely very, very impressive. For a club like that to have come through the leagues and be where they are now.
Okay, we are getting closer to kick off cup action. We love a bit of cup action, and I'll tell you who else does. Matteo Joseph of course had a great run last year in the FA Cup, couple of goals down at Stamford Bridge against Chelsea, also scored in the pre-season friendly against today's opponents, Harrogate Town.
It's your second season as a full-time professional around this Christmas period. How did you find it this time? Did you learn anything different from 12 months ago?
Well, yeah, especially I remember last year at the Boxing Day game against Preston we lost, and this year it was really it was much better. Everything, I think, how everyone was prepared. Everyone was prepared to help the team in even if it's 1 minute or 90 minutes. So I really enjoyed this time, and I saw the team really ready to take on those games.
It's normally around this time of year where, because of the FA Cup, people can look at the league table and start to think who will finish where. It looks very pretty from our perspective. Is that something you think about, or is it just a case of next game and move on?
Well, obviously, everyone from outside tries to watch the table and to say things, but I think we just have to stay focused now in our journey towards the end of the season. And I think, like I said before, we are first in the league. It depends on us. If we win every single game, we have the objective. But we're trying to work really hard in order to go game by game and trying to win.
This time, last year you made a statement yourself. Is that a memory you look back on with, I guess, to try and replicate that? How special is it for you playing in FA Cup, scoring the goals, and especially against Chelsea last year as well?
Yeah, it was great. It was only first games with Leeds. It was the third start, I think, only the third start, and it was great to put that game like this and to help the team with 2 goals. I remember that game really well, and it was really good now to get tested against a team like Chelsea, and I was really happy because the team looked really well against a team like them. So yeah, looking forward to see what the cup brings us, and we don't mind if it's whoever team, if it's Harrogate, if it's Chelsea, we'll try to beat them, and we will go with everything out there.
I know team selection isn't known or decided yet, but does it give you a chance as a player that's been in and out of the team to make a big statement in the FA Cup? Is it a game that you're earmarking to make a personal goal?
Yeah, like I said before, every game is a new opportunity, and if it's 20, if it's 80, I will try and take advantage of every minute, and trying to help the team and put a good game. So looking forward to it.
The FA Cup is a special weekend for fans of nearly all British clubs, especially Leeds, and it's given us a real tasty derby game at Elland Road at home. Is that a tie that once it was drawn you've all been excited about?
Yeah, especially because she was at home now, and last year she's been always away. But no, yeah, definitely, like I said before, in front of our fans, our people, playing at home, the first round of the FA Cup is really, really exciting now, and let's see if we can put a really good game and that the fans enjoy the game, yeah.
So there you go, Matchday Joseph, who starts up front tonight. Of course, the only striker in the squad just at the moment in terms of on the bench today. There's no Joel Pirro, there's no Pat Bamford, both out with knocks at the moment. Big opportunity for him.
Yeah, huge. And look, we briefly mentioned his cup heroics last season as well. I think he needs a run of games where he's just trying, he's shooting, he's missing, he's trying, he's shooting, he's just being aggressive in front of goal. He's not caring about missing the target, but getting the shots off. It's something that I tried, I practiced day after day after day after day after day. And you become ruthless when you do that. And I think that's all he's got missing from his game currently, that ruthless streak in front of goal. You look at Joel Pirro, he's got it. He's not afraid to shoot. He finds himself with half a yard of space, bang, he hits bottom corners. That's what he needs to bring to his game.
Okay, guys, the players are ready. Joe Rothwell there in the background. It's his birthday today as well. He'll be helping to celebrate. Stu, you mentioned how Harrogate might set up, how they might play today, but how's this game going to go and what's the score going to be?
I think Leeds will get an early goal and it's going to be a really difficult afternoon for Harrogate. I'm going to go 4-0 Leeds.
4-0 to Leeds. Lovely stuff, Jermaine.
You beat me to it. I normally go wild. I'm going to go 5. I'll say 5-0.
Well, let's hope at the end of the game you're both still feeling quite as confident as that. Okay, the stadium is full. Elland Road is bouncing and ready to go. It is very, very cold here today, worth mentioning. We will head over to the gantry. If you remember that scene from Friends where Joey walks into the apartment with every layer of clothing from his cupboard, one on top of the other, I imagine it's a similar sight for our commentary team tonight of Bryn Law and Tony DeRigo.
Oh, you better believe it. Scott of the Antarctic has got nothing on my COCOM this evening. More from him in a little while. First of all, we must introduce the two teams.